And 3 days ago, as the sun set over the English Empire, history was being made. 25th June 1983, the mighty West Indies were chasing their record third World Cup victory in cricket. 25th June 1983 was when the Indian cricket team defeated, denied, and demoralized the West Indians to win their first World Cup at Lord's Cricket Stadium in London. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Fortune favors the brave, and only those who believe can make brave choices. Indian cricket team hadn't won anything in 1975 and 1979. The only team they beat in one-day cricket was East Africa, which was a bunch of Gujarati businessmen masquerading as cricketers. The team which got selected for 1983 was like Deadpool and X-Force. The team had one hero, which was Kapil Dev, and the rest were just there. In sharp contrast, the West Indian team of 1983 were like the X-Men. They had Wolverine Viv Richards. Then they had Clive Lloyds, who was Captain X. They also had 4 fast bowlers who had terrorized batsmen world over for over a decade. This was the arsenal the West Indian team had. Apparently, the Indian team, when they got selected for the 1983 World Cup, did not believe they were going to cross the group stages. So they had booked a holiday to United States. En route, they thought they'll go play the World Cup for 2 weeks in London. That was the plan. On the eve of the first match, Captain Kapil was brave enough to appeal to the team that he believes they can beat the West Indies. Surprisingly, the next day, India did defeat West Indies on their first game in 1983 World Cup. Kapil's belief had transcended into the team, and India had taken a giant leap. They carried on to win the second match, and India was on a roll. Reality check happened to them in the third match when the Australians defeated them. Their fourth match was a return fixture against the Calypso Kings from West Indies. The West Indian team came back to hurt them physically and mentally. India were staring down a bottomless pit. The next match was a must-win. They had to actually win 2 matches to reach the semi-finals and the finals. In their 5th match against the Zimbabweans had the Indian team on the mat, literally. India had lost 5 top-order batsmen for a score of 17 runs on the board. At this point, strode out Captain Kapil, armed with belief and a sense of bravado. He plummeted, pulverized, and punished the Zimbabweans for the next 3 hours to score an astonishing 175 runs not out. His counter-attack was so astonishing that the resort town of Tunbridge Wells and the world were shocked. His attack reignited the belief in the Indian team. They steamrolled the Australians and the English team in the next 2 matches to reach the finals. Fortunately for them, the finals was against the West Indian team. India batted first, and they got out to a subpar 183 runs at Lord's on a final. The Indians were disappointed, their shoulders drooping, and as they walked back to the dressing room, there was dead silence. Kapil broke the silence by saying, the West Indies still have to chase 183 runs to win the game. His belief seemed to shine bright when Indians went out into the field again. They got the first West Indian wicket with 5 runs on board, and India were jubilant. But outstrode Viv Wolverine Richards again. He cut, punished, counter-attacked the Indian bowling. He drove with so much ferocity that he drove the cricket balls and the Indian wags out of the cricket stadium. When the world thought that Vivian Richards is going to seal India's fate, came a costly mistake. Vivian was batting with so much adrenaline that he pulled a ball and Kapil ran 20 yards behind, looking over his right shoulder to intercept the parabolic path of the cricket ball to hold a catch, which was magical. It was a moment, it was a gift from heaven which rewarded the belief and bravado which he brought to the game. The West Indies were shell-shocked that they were steamrolled quickly after. India had defeated West Indies by 43 runs at the Lord's Cricket Stadium to win the World Cup. David had indeed defeated Goliath in cricket terms. For those of you who don't know the David versus Goliath story, David was a lowly shepherd boy who was about 5 feet tall. He challenged Goliath, who was about 6 feet 9 inches, with an armor and a sword, and he killed Goliath with one shot of his sling aimed between the eyes of Goliath. Toastmasters and guests, challenges in our lives are the size of Goliath. The only thing we have to do to face these challenges is approach them with belief and bravado. Let's pledge today to approach every challenge which comes in our life. Let's approach it with the belief of a slingshot, and let's fire the slingshot with bravado, because every slingshot fired with belief and bravado kills the Goliath. Thank you.